Sitaram devotees, Sitaram devotees, Jai Sitaram. On behalf of our spiritual Guruji, Pundit Shivan Harrypersad, Srimati Trisha Kisha Harrypersad, of course, Pundit Shivan Harrypersad, and all the other brahmacharis that are here tonight, we take pleasure in welcoming you to this, our ninth and final night of Ganesh Ustav celebrations. Of course, it gives us great pleasure in welcoming you to the Charlieville Shiv Mandir, and of course, we have a beautiful program in store for you tonight. As you would have witnessed, puja was done earlier on by Pandit Madan. Beautiful renditions of bhajans by Pandit Darren and the group. And of course, I would like you now to put your hands together as we get set to welcome an opening dance, an invocation dance. My sincere apologies. Of course, we do expect things like this to happen, technically. Of course, as I was saying, we get set to open with an invocation dance. As we pay our respects to Ganapati Baba, devotees, put your hands together with a beautiful opening round of applause. A member of the Nitya Priya Dance Company.
धरती हे अंबर तुझे गुण गाती, हे तारे हे वारे तुझे नाम घेती. ही धरती हे अंबर तुझे गुण गाती, हे तारे हे वारे तुझे नाम घेती. विश्वाचा पालक तू नायक गणांचा, गुणातीत गुणमय तू गुरु ज्ञानदाता. विश्वाचा पालक तू नायक गणांचा, गुणातीत गुणमय तू गुरु ज्ञानदाता.
as devotees of Ganapati Baba, I think we can give a lustier round of applause than that. Come on. We have a second dance item, and of course we'll wait until Guruji is finished with his discourse tonight, and we'll give you that as well. Tonight we are blessed, we are privileged to be here in the presence of Lord Ganapati Baba. Tonight you will get a chance to make your offerings, offer your prayers sincerely, with love, with faith, with devotion. Tonight we are also blessed to be in the accompaniment of Guru Mata, Trisha, Kisha, Harrypersad. Tonight we sit as one, we pray as one, and we offer our love to Lord Ganapati. Devotees, I now hand you over to our spiritual Guruji, Pundit Shivan Harrypersad.
बुरे श्रमापति महादेव की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। Pray Bhaktojan, beloved devotees and bhaktas, Shubh Swagatam and welcome to this evening's Sandhya, as we join, of course, with members of the Charivar Shiv Mandir in the final evening of Satsang dedicated to the lotus-like feet of Mahaganapati Baba. This evening, let me say a special thank you to Pandit Madan for, of course, conducting our puja and making the necessary oblations and offerings to the feet of the Devis and Devatas. My humble pranam to Pandit Haran joining with us this evening in beautiful bhajans and kirtan. And to all you wonderful bhaktas and devotees, Shubh Swagatam and welcome to this evening's Sandhya. As you are about to journey through the depths of the Ganesh Puran, I invite you, Kravachai, please stand as you join in our opening arati. Om Sajam Chavarati Samyuktam Vahinayochata Maya Deepagrihan Revasya Triharokyati Mirapaham Yani tani japapani janma hiritani cha tani tani vanashyanti parakshina prade prade Ganapati ki seva mangalameva seva se sab vigna tare तीन लोक के सकल देवता द्वार परे निज अरज हरे हे सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता देवता है सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता रिद्धि सिद्धि के धक्षण माला औद अनंत से चतुर रे धूप दीप और लिए आरती भक्ति करे जयकार करे हे सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता देवता है सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता ओम गम गणपते नमः कौरिक मोदक भोग लगे है मूषक वाहन चर अपरे समारोह ले श्री गणपति को विघ्न भरे जय दूर पड़े हे सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता देवता है सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता बुरे श्री गजानन स्वामी की, गणपति भगवान की। ओम गम गणपति नमः। बदो मासाद शुक्ल चतुर्थी, दीन धूपहर भादुर पड़े। लियो जन्म गणपति प्रभु जी के, पार्वती मन आनंद प्रदे। हे सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता, देवता है सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता। दंत गज वदन विनायक, त्रियानंद रूप रे। पदा कुंभार ढेक पुष्ट श्री, देख चंद्रमा हस्त करे। हे सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता, देवता है सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता। ओम गम गणपते नमः। एक दंत गज वदन विनायक, त्रिअनूप धर अपरे। पदा कुमार देख पुष्ट श्री, देख चंद्रमा हस्त खड़े। हे सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता, देवता है सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम गम गणपते नमः। गणपति पूजा नित्य करने से, काम शुभ निर्गुण सरे। पूजा कर जो करे आरती, यश करे चित नंद प्रदे। हे सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता, देवता है सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता। हे सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता, देवता है सुख करता गजानन है दुख हरता। बम बोले हरे मोर मन कामना पूरा करे। बम बोले हरे मोर मन कामना पूरा करे। मोर मन कामना पूरा करे। मोर मन कामना पूरा करे। बम बोले हरे मोर मन कामना पूरा करे। बाबा पीताम्बर गंगा किनार पर गंगा किनार। बाबा की दाम पर गंगा की धार पर गंगा की धार। सबके रतवा बाबा दुआ, सबके रतवा बाबा दुआ। बम बोले हरे मोर मन कामना पूरा करे। बम बोले हरे मोर मन कामना पूरा करे। ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। 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 अपने आसन लीजिए. May I have respectful seats. Once more again, Shubh Swagatam and welcome to this evening's Sandhya. As you are about to journey to a beautiful Kathathikan from the golden pages of the Sri Ganesh Upasana, my dear friends, devotees and bhaktas, the Rishis and Munis gathered together at Maini Sharanya. They are asking of Nandishwara to tell to them why one must not look at the moon on Ganesh Chaturthi. I am sure we all would have heard about this from time to time. On Ganesh Chaturthi, we must never look at the moon. On Ganesh Jayanti, we do not look at the moon. Our elders would always tell us this. It is said that the one who looks at the moon on Ganesh Chaturthi is falsely accused. The devatas are asking of Nandi to tell to them about this Shrap. And if one has looked at the moon, I see many people sitting here wondering which day that was. And did I look at the moon? It was on the 30th of August, last Tuesday. And they are asking Nandishwara, if one has looked at the moon, what could one do to eliminate, to remove this Shrap? Nandishwara Bori. But before he narrates the Katha, he begins with offering salutations to his Lord. This evening, let us all sit upright. Let us show our palms together. Let us close the physical eyes as you surrender to the feet of Bhagwan. Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Sri Saraswatyai Namo Namaha Om Sri Guru Charanakamali Bhyo Namo Namah Shri Govindai Namo Namah. Salutations to Lord Ganesh. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvigaram Kurme Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvadha Gajananam Bhutaganari Sevitam Kapita Jambu Palasara Vakshitam Umasutam Shoka Vinashakarakam Namami Viganeshwara Parapankajam. Salutations to Lord Shiva, the embodiment of peace, the Pradhan Daitya of our Mandir, the one who is known as the destroyer, the one who fills our hearts, our home, our lives with peace, with love, with happiness, and with unity. Salutations to Bholinath. Hara Hara Jai Shankara Om Hara Hara. Ek baar everyone. Hara Hara Jai Om Hara Hara. With love. Hara Hara Jai Shankara Om Hara Hara. Hara Hara Jai Shankara Om Hara Hara. नागेन्द्रहाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्मङ्गराय महेश्वराय नेताय शूधाय दिगम्बराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय। हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर हर। कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयादिवृन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर हर। हर हर जय शंकर ओम हर हर ओम हर हर ओम हर। सारितेश्वर श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रजा निज मन मुकुद सुधार वरनो रघुबर विमल यशा जो रायक परचान भुवनहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुरी भेजा भूमोहि हरहु कलेश विकार सियापति रामचंद्र पर जय शरणम। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। सरस्वती वंदना। सरस्वती मात उमैया जय 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 श्री सरस्वती माता। ओम श्री सरस्वती नमः। बोले श्री सरस्वती माता की जय। Nandishwara, he tells to the rishis and munis that once on the Ganesh Chaturthi or the Ganesh Jayanti, which falls on the fourth day in the bright fortnight in the month of Bhadrapad, August to September. This year we would have celebrated Ganesh Chaturthi and Ganesh Jayanti on the 30th of August. Ganesh Baba is in Kailash Parvat. And why is he on Kailash Parvat? His devotees throughout the world, they are preparing for Lord Ganesh. Just as we would have prepared before the Jayanti, for that day of the Ganesh Jayanti to make all of our offerings and oblations. On that very day we would have made the Durva Mala, we would have made the beautiful bundles of the Dubra grass, as we would have understood about that during our Yagna. We would have made the beautiful malas, the laddu, the modak, and we would have prepared prasad for Lord Ganesh. Because we all know Lord Ganapati loves his Jai. He loves his belly. Whilst all of his devotees and bhaktas are preparing, Parvati Mata, she is also preparing for Lord Ganesh. As any ordinary mother, on the day of your son or your child's janam din or birthday, you prepare their favorite meal. Devi Maya is making all different types of modak. She is making all different types of laddu. There's the dal laddu, chana laddu, cashew laddu, different types. And she's making all for Lord Ganesh. Because Ganapati Baba, he loves all the laddu. And while she's preparing for Lord Ganesh, the bhaktas and devotees begin to call out to him. They begin their worship. They place their very murti of Lord Ganesh and they begin to pray. And whilst they are praying to Lord Ganesha, they are calling upon the Divine Lord to come and to accept the offerings. When we call Lord Ganesh to accept the bhog, the parasad, or when we call Lord Ganesh to take seat upon the asan that is prepared, Ganapati Baba comes. We may not be able to see it with the naked eyes, but he is there. How does Lord Ganesh partake of the prasad? Or how does Bhagwan partake of the prasad? Pitri Paksha is coming up very shortly, and we are going to offer bhojan, food to Lord Krishna on behalf of the departed, isn't that so? But how does Bhagwan Krishna accept the food? When we look, we see the food there still. Anybody wants to know how he partakes of it? On Sunday evening, we are going to have a one-night Garu Puran reading. And if you want to learn about that, please come at 7 p.m. It's a secret. Lord Sri Ganesha, as the devotees call him, he tells Moshak, it is time for us to go. But Moshak, he wants to make a deal with Lord Ganesh. He says, "Oh Ganapati Baba, I am your transport and I am going to take you to all of these devotees' homes. Bhagwan, I am going to ensure that you reach there safely. I am going to ensure that you reach there safely. But Prabhu, there is a fee for that transport today." Jai Bhagwan. There is a fee for that transport today, Bhagwan. You can't get a treatment just so. And Lord Ganesh asks Moshak, tell me what it is you want. Nandishwara Bodhi, he tells to us. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva. Oh Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva. क्रोच गिरी सुनो प्रभु गणपति क्रोच गिरी सुनो गणपति देहा तेहि बालक मोदक तेहि बालक मोदक जय गणेशा Crowd says, he says, my Lord, when you go to the home of your devotees, you are going to get so much laddu and modak and mitai and pearl fruits, parsad. You are going to eat all of that? Ganesh Baba says, Hoshak, have you seen my belly? In Trinidad, when we see plenty food and especially things that we like, what we just say? Better belly bust than good thing? Or you run with that one? Better belly bust than good thing is. But tonight, Katha, we will learn about that. Ganesh Baba, he says, Moshak, have you seen my stomach? Moshak says, Prabhu, have you seen the size of me? How much would I eat? I would only eat a couple laddus well. You ever see a thin person well eat? Jai Bhagwan. Moshak says, Prabhu, I will just eat a couple laddu well. Ganapati Baba, he says, Tastu, don't worry, so it shall be. And Ganesh Baba, he mounts the Vahan of Moshak. And Crouch Mahamuni takes Lord Ganesh. And once he takes Lord Ganesha, what takes place with his son? Savadana Mahavisanu Savanadana Mahavisanu Nam Dharo Hari Ganesha Ho Nam Dharo Hari Ganesha Jai Ganesha Jai Ganesha Jai Ganesha Jai Ganesha Jai Oh Jai Ganesha Jai Ganesha Jai Ganesha Jai Oh Jai Ganesha Jai Ganesha Gajanan Swami ki Lord Ganesha, he says, Musha, do not worry. Whatever I am given to eat, you too will eat. And as Ganesh Baba mounts Moshak and they are journeying through the universe, where does Lord Ganesh goes first? Does he go to the home of the rich devotees only? Does he go only where there is a large variety of modak and laddu? In today's world, we think that if we have a big thari of laddu, modak and mitai, beautifully bedecked, Lord Ganesh is going to come from mine first. He could, you know, but it must have the most important ingredient. Lord Ganesha could go by the person who have the smallest thari of laddu, or even the smallest thari of patch rice, or whatever they could afford. It doesn't matter how big your thari is. It doesn't matter how much laddu it have. If it have 1 laddu, 21 or 108. It doesn't matter the variety of prasad that is placed there. But what matters is the love that is placed in the offering. The love that is placed in the offering is what matters. For those who are familiar with Bhagavad Katha, Bhagwan Sri Krishna, the king of Dwarka, when Sudama visited him, Sudama carried patch rice. And he ate it greedily. Why? It was prepared with love and devotion. I always tell devotees, when you have your puja, who is the best person to make your parsad? You make your parsad. Make your prasad yourself. Why? People say, Baba, my parsad has come out like choke and dead. I don't know what they mean. It doesn't matter how your parsad come out. It could come out too brown, too white. It could come out choking. It could come out like lapsi. But once you place your love in it, that is what Bhagwan wants. Many people say, Baba, when my neighbor is make the best parsad, so he go come and make the parsad. I went to do a puja, and the man said, Baba, he will start the press, the parsad will come just now. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, the man who want to come and make the parsad with not farewell last night, and he come home this morning. We're trying to wake him up, Jai Bhagwan. Well, I had to tell her the rest. My dear friends and devotees, when we have to prepare offerings to Bhagwan, you have fasted. You know the purpose of your offering. You know the purpose of your puja. And when you prepare your parsad, you put your love in it. When you prepare your parsad, you have fasted to do that. When you prepare your parsad, while preparing your parsad, you put love. Bhagwan, may you please accept this. In today's world, sometimes people come to help us when we have prayers. But they say, Baba, just go on and help him because I have prayers coming up and I help him make the roti. It's do for do. You prepare your parsad with love and devotion. The devotees have prepared their parsad, their malas, their modak, the durva grass, the coconuts, and they are calling Lord Ganesh. Ganesh Baba, he goes to the home of his devotees. And as he reaches there, what he does, he listens to them beautifully chanting, beautifully calling to him. When we sit before our altar and we are about to call Bhagwan, we outpour love. And we sing praises to Bhagwan. And by singing the name of Bhagwan, Bhagwan will come. He sits outside and he's waiting to hear. The devotees are chanting his name. Tonight, as the bhaktas are calling Ganapati Baba, we too call the Divine Lord. Sukh karta dukh harta mera Ganapati Baba Moria. Sukh karta dukh harta mera Ganapati Baba Moria. Aao Prabhu meri aao. Aao Prabhu meri aao. Ganesh Baba, he looks at Moshak and he says, Moshak, do me one favor. He tells to Moshak, go inside of the home of the devotees quickly and tell them to chant a little bit louder. I now see Moshak come here. And in Moshak now tell me, Ganesh Baba sitting there and he could hardly hear the devotees. Tonight, let us chant to Lord Ganesh. It is our final night. If we can't sing tomorrow because we lose our voice, that's okay. We'll get it back by Sunday, right? Sukh karta dukh harta mera. O sukh karta dukh harta mera. Aavo Prabhu mere aavo. Mangal murti aavo. Aavo Prabhu mere aavo. Mangal murti aavo. Sukh karta dukh harta mera Ganapati Baba Moria. Sukh karta dukh harta mera Ganapati Baba. Aavo Prabhu meri aavo. Mangal murti aavo. Tonight, my dear friends, as the Devatas, as the Rishis, the Munis, the Bhaktas are calling Lord Ganesh, let us call Lord Ganesh in our hearts. He's already here, the Murti, you know. He's already here, the Murti. But tonight, I want each and every one of us to invite Lord Ganesh into our hearts. Tomorrow, the Murti will leave to go to Tairipur for Visarjan. And as the Murti will leave and go for Visarjan, we ask Lord Ganesh to remain where? In our hearts. To remain with us throughout the year, to bless us, to remove our obstacles and hurdles. This is the time now to invite the presence of Lord Ganesh in our hearts. To invite Lord Ganesh in our lives to remove any obstacles or hurdles, trials or tribulations that we may face in our lives. To invite Lord Ganesh to bring success in our lives. My dear friends and devotees, if there's anything blocking you, Any blockages in your path, maybe due to grahas, Lord Ganesh will remove it. If there is any obstacles in your path, Ganapati Baba will remove it. And if you need success in your life, invite the presence of Lord Ganesh. Together. Sukh karta dukh harta mera Ganapati Bappa Moria. Sukh karta dukh harta mera Ganapati Bappa Moria. Aavo Prabhu meri aavo Mangal Murti aavo. 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 Swagatam Ganesha Shubh Swagatam Ganesha Swagatam Ganesha Shubh Swagatam Ganesha. The Devtas, they invite Lord Ganesh. Ganesh Baba, he finally enters into the home of the devotees. And as he sits there, they are feeding him the laddu. Every night we will sit at the murti and we will take the laddu and place it by the mouth of Lord Ganesh and then put it in the thali. It symbolizes, oh Ganesh Baba, I feed you this modak, this laddu. How does Lord Ganesh partake of the laddu? By the aroma, the scent of the laddu. He will partake of it. But when Lord Ganesh partakes of the laddu, what should we do with the laddu? It now becomes prasad. It now becomes prasad and is now distributed for your blessing, my dear friends. Everyone is offering Lord Ganesh the laddu, the modak, the prasad, and he's eating. Moshak sits quietly, but Ganesh Baba, he tells Moshak, don't let anybody see you. You know why? Imagine you invite the Lord in your house, and when the Lord sits down to eat, you see a Moshak. Jai Bhagwan. Everybody knows a Moshak, right? A mouse. And while Moshak sits there, he will hand Moshak the laddu easy, and Moshak is eaten. Ganesh Baba tells to Moshak, it is time that we must go to Mata Parvati. She is waiting there together with Bhaiya, with Kartikeya. And we should go there. I am sure she has prepared great bhojan for us. And Moshak is happy. Ganesh Baba once again, he mounts the Vahan. And as he's about to leave the devotees, he leaves them with a special darshan and blessing. What is the blessing he leaves you with? Wisdom. He blesses you with wisdom. When we pray to Lord Ganesh, our obstacles don't just disappear, you know. When we pray to Ganapati Baba, our obstacles don't just disappear. He blesses us with the wisdom how to overcome the obstacles of life. And as Ganesh Baba, he leaves, he is going back to Kailash. And as he's going to Kailash, Moshak is glorifying. Redhi Siddhi Shri Ganesh Maharaja Mere. Redhi Siddhi Shri Ganesh Maharaja Mere. Parvati Mata, Parvati Mata, Parvati Mata Shiva Bula Baba Sri Gol Se Bete. Parvati Mata Shiva Bula Baba Sri Gol Se Bete. Redhi Siddhi Shri Ganesh Maharaja Mere. Redhi Siddhi Shri Ganesh Maharaja Mere. Parvati Mata Shiva Bula Baba Shri Gol Se Bete. Parvati Mata Shiva Bula Baba Shri Gol Se Bete. स्वामी काट के भजा लगे जाए हैं। स्वामी कातक भाना लगे लागे है परिचरण परिचरण गणपति के आई मोषक के है परिचरण गणपति के आई मोषक के है रेति श्री गणेश महाराजा मेरे रेति श्री गणेश महाराजा मेरे पार्वती माता शिवा बुला बाबा से गोल से बैठे पार्वती माता शिवा बुला बाबा से गोल से. It is said that as the Moshak reaches to Kailash Parvat, everyone is waiting there. They are singing praises. Kartik Baba, Kartikeya, he is singing praises to Lord Ganesh. Why? When it's our family, our friend's birthday, what do we do to the best of our ability? We try to make them happy. And we begin to sing for them. And we begin to praise them. He's praising them together with the Ganas. And whilst they are praising them, Ganesh Baba comes down from the Moshak and the Ganas begin to worship the feet of Lord Ganesh. Why are they worshipping the feet of Lord Ganesh? The Ganas are the Dutas of Lord Shiva. And Ganesh Baba is called Ganapati, the Lord of the Ganas. He's the chief commander of the Ganas. So the Ganas, they are worshipping the feet of Lord Ganesh. And as they worship the feet of Lord Ganesh, they are telling Ganesh Baba, Parvati Mata has prepared a huge table of modak, mitai, bhojan. And Ganesh, we are hungry, but Parvati Mata says, you must eat first. Why? She knows that you love your belly. And when you have eaten, and when your belly is filled, only then what remains, we should partake of it. What does this teach us and remind us about? Manusmriti teaches us that when we have puja as Hindus, our elders, our grandparents would have done it, and we would have wondered why. When we have puja, when we invite the devtas, and when we invite our guests is what? Our God. Atiti Devo Bhava, your guest is your God. When your guests come to your home, you must feed all your guests first. And when everybody done eat what remains, then you just eat. You make sure everybody gets food first, and your home is blessed with barakat and prosperity, and then you will eat. Long time we would have seen the old people do it, and we say, boy, they're really chupid. They're hungry and they're waiting for everybody to eat, and then them to eat. But they knew what they were doing. They were waiting for their home to be blessed with barakat. That is why long time we cook half cup of rice. You eating, everybody in the house eating. The dog gets some to eat too. The neighbor children eating and it still has some remain. Oh, you remember that? Nowadays when you cook half cup of rice, what does have meat enough for you to eat? Where the barakat gone? My dear friends, when people come to our home, we must try to give them food. Make sure they eat first and then we will eat. So our home will be blessed with barakat, with prosperity. It will always have food. Parvati Mata says to the Ganas, Lord Ganesh must eat first, today is his day, and then anybody else could eat. Moshak begins to laugh. And why he's laughing? He says, oh Ganas, I am moving with Lord Ganesh, and whatever he eaten, I eaten one time with him. And so he's laughing at the Ganas, and they enter into Kailash. What takes place with this thing? जन गणपति देवा अनादि देवा जन गणपति देवा अनादि देवा रिधि सिद्धि हरि हर हरियाणा दे गणेशा रिधि सिद्धि हरि हर हरियाणा अरनेशा रिधि सिद्धि श्री गणेश महाराजा मेरे रेति सिद्धि श्री गणेश महाराजा मेरे पार्वती माता शिवा बुला बाबा से बोलते बैठे पार्वती माता शिवा बुला बाबा से गोल से बैठे पार्वती माता शिव बुढ़े गजानन स्वामी की. Lord Ganesha enters quickly and he sits on one end of the table, and Parvati Mata has created a little table for Moshak. Moshak is feeling like an executive. And whilst Lord Ganesh is eating, Moshak is eating. But Ganesh Baba, he ate so till his belly is over full. Oh, you ever eat so till your belly over full? Last night, the beautiful bhojan that was prepared when I went to eat, by the time I don't eat, I can't finish. I tell them, I say, babe, my belly over full, I can't make, maybe if I could go home tonight. When they have good bhojan, that is what is happening. Well, all bhojan is good bhojan, eh? Ganesh Baba, he feels as though he can't move. Moshak is walking, dheere, dheere. Moshak say, Ganesh, I feel today you go walk. Ganesh Baba say, Moshak, use my vahana to sit on you. That is your duty. The deal that you make with me is once you get bhojan to eat, you take in me anyway. And what the Ramayana tells us? Raghupura riti sadachariyaye pran jai par vachana na jai. When you give your word, it is very near and dear to you as the breath that you breathe in. How much of us make promises and don't keep them? How much of us make promises and after we say, boy, that was a white lie. A lie is a lie, whether it's white or black. And a promise is a promise. Ganesh Baba, he sits upon Moshak. And once he sits upon Moshak, he has to go through the Dhandak forest. And once he's going through the Dhandak forest have some holes. Remember the katha with the Moshak and them? Like the holes over the sea in T&T, in the road? They have some holes just like that. And Moshak, when he missed one hole, it's because he hit two holes. And while they're going through the Dhandak forest, dheere, dheere, a Nag is coming out. A Nag is coming out from the forest. And as the Nag comes into the very roadway, the Nag is crawling. And as the Nag is crawling so beautiful, Ganesh Baba sees the Nag, but he doesn't tell Moshak nothing. Because if Moshak sees the Nag, what will happen? Ram Nam. Moshak finally sees the Nag. And as Moshak sees the Nag, Moshak jumps. And when Moshak jumped, Ganesh Baba fall out of Moshak and hit the ground. And when Ganesh Baba hit the ground, remember his belly was full. His belly get a little hole, a little cut, a little burst. And as Ganesh Baba fall on the ground, Moshak hides behind Lord Ganesh and he says, Prabhu, the snake will eat me. The snake going to eat me, Prabhu. And Ganesh Baba says, Moshak, the snake is going about his business. You do yours and don't study the snake. How many of us in today's world, if we leave the snake to go, he go his way and you go yours? How many of us in today's world, if we leave people to be how they is, they go be how them is, and you continue doing your thing? But we like to trapness, eh? We don't feel good till we do that. Lord Ganesh, while he lies there on the ground, he hears someone laughing at him. He feels humiliated. Who is laughing at him? He looks to the west, nobody. The south, nobody. To the east, to the north, he doesn't see anybody. But this person is laughing at him. If you are in the forest and there's nobody around you, there's still somebody looking at you. Who it is? The Katha tells to us tonight. Sri Ganesh Sharanam Mama, Sri Ganesh Sharanam Mama, Sri Ganesh Sharanam Mama, Bolo Sri Ganesh Sharanam Mama, Sri Ganesh Sharanam Mama, Sri Ganesh Sharanam Mama, Sri Ganesh Sharanam Mama, Bolo Sri Ganesh Sharanam. Anybody here knows who's looking at him and who's laughing? Anybody knows? Who? The moon. I see the people on TikTok don't see the moon, the winner here. Chandrama Devta is looking, and as Chandrama Devta, he sees Ganesh Baba there. He begins to laugh. How many of us in today's world, if you're walking in the road with your partner and your partner bust aside and you fall down, where is you? You say, "Bhai, I'm laughing first, but don't worry, I will pick you up after. Yeah? Don't mind, I will pick you up." Thank God I don't laugh. I go pick you up first. Ganesh Baba, he's lying there and the moon is looking at him. And as the moon is laughing, Lord Ganesha, he looks above. And as he looks above, he looks at the moon. He breaks his tusk and he points it at the moon. And what he says, the Katha tells to us. Diyo Srapa Sri Chandra Dev Ko Kalaki Natata Karhare Chauda Lok Pire Ganapati Tina Bhavan Me Raj Kare Sri Ganesh Sharanam Mama Sri Ganesh Sharanam Mama Sri Ganesh Sharanam Mama Bolo Sri Ganesh Sharanam Mama O Prabhu Sri Ganesh Sharanam Mama O Baba Sri Ganesh Sharanam. Ganesh Baba points at the moon and he says, "O Chandradev, today I give you a shrap that nobody would ever look at the moon. Anybody that look at the moon, they will be falsely accused. When people look at the moon, they will become irritated by the moon." He says when some people look at the moon, they will become angry. When some look at the moon, they will be sad. According to your planet, some people are not supposed to look at the moon. Some people, when they look at the mood, where they say, "I wonder if it's full moon or new moon." You know why? Ganesh Baba tells to Chandrama Devta, people will be affected by you, but moreover, they will be falsely accused. Chandrama begin to beg, and he says, "Oh Bhagwan, maaf karo, please forgive me. If I couldn't help myself but laugh, but I wasn't laughing at you, I was laughing with you." But Ganesh Baba says, "I wasn't never laughing." And Ganesh Baba, he says to Chandrama, "I will ease you up from the shrap. Only on my Jayanti, and the 4th Tithi, in the bright fortnight at the Bhadrapur, anyone that looks at the moon will be falsely accused." He says, "Bhagwan, but if someone has looked at the moon by a mistake, there must be something that they could do to rid them from the effects of it." And Ganesh Baba says, "The one who listens to the Katha of Krishna and Satyarajit, it will remove the effects of the Shrav." How many of us looked at the moon on the Titiyat? Anybody? So then I don't need to do that part of the Katha, right? Anybody feel they see the moon on the Titiyat? No, but I see uncle. I will do it just because of you, uncle. Bhagwan Ganapati says, the one who listens to the Katha of Krishna Satyarajat, it removes the effects of looking at the moon on the Chaturthi. As Ganesh Baba is journeying to the home of many of his devotees, we journey to the depths of the Bhagavad Mahapurana. And as we journey through the depths of the Bhagavad Mahapurana, we listen to the Katha very briefly of Satyarajat and Bhagwan Shri Krishna. What takes place? We listen. Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Bolo Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam mama. Bolo Shri Krishna Sharanam. सुनो यह देश मन भाई ते बालक गोपाला सत्य रजित सूर्य हर सुनो नाम धरो हरि तेहा श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम श्री कृष्ण शरणम मम श्री कृष्ण शरणम mama. Oh bolo Shri Krishna Sharanam mama. Prabhu Shri Krishna Sharanam mama. Baba Shri Krishna Sharanam. एक बार बोले कृष्ण भगवान की जय. It is said that Krishna Bhagwan living in Gokul delivered Raja by the name of Satyarajit. Satyarajit was a great bhakta of Surya Narayan Swami. And while Satyarajit would pray to Surya Bhagwan every day of his life, Surya Bhagwan was pleased with his commitment and his devotion. Satyarajit even went into the forest, and as he sat in Samadhi, he meditated upon Surya Narayan Swami. And Surya Bhagwan, being so pleased with Satyarajit, he brought the Samantika gem and he presented it to Satyarajit. The Samantika gem is described that it glows like 1,000 suns. So beautiful it is. And as Satyarajit received this, he felt very honored. As he enters back into Gokul, he's walking with the Samantika gem around his neck. It begins to grow. And as the Samantika gem is growing, before anybody can see Satyarajit, they are seeing the glow. And everybody run to Krishna. And they say, "Oh Kanha, Surya Bhagwan is coming to meet with you. Surya Bhagwan is coming to meet with you. Please, Aavo, let us go and meet him." And as Krishna goes, he sees it is Satyarajit. And as Satyarajit wears his Samantika gem, Krishna bows to Satyarajit and he says, "Oh Raja, I am so happy to see that you have been blessed by Krishna with his Samantika gem. Many have prayed for it, but they were not blessed with it as you." In today's world, we will pray and we could ask God for many things in life. But what is for you is for you. And what God has blessed you with, He might bless me with it. Maybe one day to come. But everybody have their blessing to get according to their karma. Satyarajit, he listens to the words of Krishna. But you know, sometimes when Bhagwan blesses us, we just start to get what? Abhiman and ego. Satyarajit look at Krishna and he tells all the ministers, keep an eye on him. You know why? Krishna look like he coming to thief this. Krishna looked like he will come after this gem, so you keep an eye on Krishna. And as Satyarajit returned to the palace, he invited all of the sadhu and the brahman, all the ministers, to perform a special puja upon the Samantika gem, and he placed it inside the kingdom. Katha tells to us that one day, Prasina, the younger brother of Satyarajit, was going into the forest to perform tapasya to Surya Bhagwan. And he went to Satyarajit and he says, "Raja, if I wear the Samantika gem, Surya Bhagwan will bless me immediately. Prabhu, you are my biggest brother, and you should do anything that will bring success for me." Satyarajit, listening to the words of Prasina, he takes his Samantika gem and he places that around the neck of Prasina. Prasina bows to the feet of Satyarajit and he goes into the forest. As he goes into the forest and he sits in Samadhi, and while he's meditating, Prasina is asking Surya Bhagwan, Bhagwan, you bless my brother with this little gem that shines like 1,000 suns. Today I come to you to ask to bless me with one that could shine like 2,000 suns. Jai Bhagwan. Does that remind you of some people in today's world? When Bhagwan gave 1 inch, how much it is want? A whole foot. Isn't that so? Tanti say a yard. That is the world we live in today. But when Bhagwan gives you something, or when Bhagwan has blessed somebody with something, that is theirs, not yours. Be happy for them, don't cry over it. How many of us in today's world, when our friends and family become successful and they are blessed by Bhagwan, we are happy for them? How many of us? Or we just say one day to come, he go fall, watch and you go see. You know why? We just live like a barrela. Don't say it loud. We need money there. But that is the truth. My dear friends and devotees, Prasina is praying, Bhagwan bless me with a gem that it doesn't shine like 1,000 sun but 2,000 sun, oh Bhagwan. And why is he praying there? We must be very careful what we pray and what we ask God for. We must be very careful when we go before Bhagwan and we are asking God for things. How many of us go before Bhagwan and we say, Bhagwan, me and the neighbor follow the other day, go fix him for me now. And we just do that? Don't ever do that. You know why? It will bring your own downfall. And when things happen to you, you go say the neighbor do you something, but that time is you do your own self. Why is he sits there and he's praying for something and he's praying down on his brother? And lion is looking at him. And as the lion looks at him, what takes place? The Katha tells to us. Gopala, Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana 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 Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana Gopala. As Prasina is praying there, Surya Bhagwan is looking at everything, and the lion comes and attacks him. And as the lion attacks him, the lion kills Prasina, and the lion leaves the body in the ground there and he goes. When we pray for our dharmic things, and when we pray for others' downfall, and when we pray for what is not ours, it brings your own destruction. That is what the Katha is teaching us. It brings your own downfall. My dear friends and devotees, Jamwan is passing by. Everybody remember Jamwan from the Ramayana? Jamwan is passing in the Kishkinda forest, and he sees the Samantika gem on the ground. And as he sees the gem shining so brightly, he took it up. He carried it into the cave where he resides, and he gives it to his daughter, Jamvanti. And as Jamvanti wears this gem, she wears it very proud because it is given to her by her father. In the meantime, everybody is looking for Prasina. And while the ministers go into the forest, and they see Prasina's body in the ground, the news reached back to Satyarajit. Krishna Bhagwan, my dear friends, in the Chaturthi, he had looked at the moon. And while Bhagwan Krishna had looked at the moon, he is there. He is in Gokul. And while he is in Gokul, the news reaches to Satyarajit. Prasina is dead. The gem is missing. Satyarajit, he doesn't ask another question. He doesn't think for one moment. Immediately he says, go and find Krishna. Krishna has killed Prasina and Krishna has took the Samantika gem. My dear friends and devotees, in today's world, how many of us like to jump to conclusion? How many of us like to play judge and jury? Many of us in today's world. But before we jump to a conclusion, before we make a decision, what you must do first, analyze the situation. We must always look at the situation and understand what went wrong or what had happened. But Satyarajit didn't do that. He says it is Krishna who killed Prasina and took the Samantika gem. This is the Leela of Krishna. Because Krishna had looked at the moon in the Chaturthi and he's being falsely accused. Krishna Bhagwan, hearing the word spreading through the village that he has killed Prasina and took the Samantika gem, it began to spread like wild fire. When somebody hears something good about somebody, you don't hear nothing about that. When you do something good or you achieve something, nobody will open this mouth to say. But let somebody hear something bad about you, the whole of payroll come back to the city journey, ham come right wrong Monroe Road, everybody know. In less than half an hour. I could reassure you that. That is the world we live in. The news reached the Krishna, and as the news reached the Krishna, what takes place? The Kanhata as well. Gopala, Gopala, Devaki Nandana 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 Gopala, 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 Devaki Nandana Gopala, Devaki Nandana Gopala, Devaki Nandana. एक बार बोले कृष्ण भगवान की. Krishna Bhagwan decides he must clear his name. Whenever you are falsely accused, you must always stand up for what is right. Dharma rakshite rakshite dharma. Those who protect dharma, righteousness will protect you. Always stand up for the right thing. And when somebody accuses you, don't sit down quiet, Get up and clear your name and stand for what is right. Krishna Bhagwan goes to the Kishkinda forest and he takes some of the ministers and villagers with him. And as they enter in the Kishkinda forest, they saw where the body of Prasina is lying. But they saw a cave where it is glowing beautiful. And Krishna says, there is a Samantika gem. As they enter into the cave, they saw Jamavanti wearing the gem. And Jamavanti says, my father Jamwan will give me this. Jamwan enters into the cave and Krishna tries to explain. But as Krishna tries to explain to Jamwan, Jamwan says, you come here like a chor, like a thief. When you are small, they call you Makan Chor. And now you come to thief Sona gold. Krishna says, I'm not here to thief anything, but I'm here to carry back this to its rightful owner and to clear my name. Jamwan says, the only way you get in this is if you battle with me. Krishna says, Jamwan, are you sure? You sure you want to battle with me? Do you know who I am? He says, you Krishna, the little boy from Gokul. He says again, Jamwan, do you know who I am? You sure you want to battle with me? Why Krishna Bhagwan is asking that? Jamwan is a great devotee of Sri Ram. And who is Krishna? Anybody know? Krishna sits there and he says, if you want to battle with me, no problem. And as he stands up, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare. Jamwan takes the born arrow and as he strings it and he faces it to Krishna, whom does he see? He closes his eyes. And as he opens his eyes, he doesn't see Krishna. But whom does he see? Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. He sees Bhagwan Shri Ram standing there. And as he sees Shri Ram standing there, he falls to his feet. He says, Bhagwan, please forgive me. For I didn't recognize it was you. I was blinded by the Mahamaya, by the Samantika Jam. And he falls to the feet of Bhagwan Shri Ram. And he begins to pray. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita. The tears begin to flow from the eyes of Jamwan. He says, my Lord, you are standing before me and I didn't even recognize that you are there. How many of us, God could come before us and we don't know? This is why we must treat everybody that we come in contact with love and devotion, because we don't know when God will come before us to test us. He falls to the feet of Ram and the tears flow from his eyes. Rama Rama Raja Ram Patita Pavana. O Rama Rama Raja Ram Patita Pavana. Jai Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana. When we are given the opportunity to serve God, we must grasp that opportunity. By whatever name we may call God, whatever form we visualize God to be, serve God. The bhajan says, Ishwara Allah Tere Naam Sabko Sanmati. O Ishwara Allah Tere Naam Sabko Sanmati Re. Bhagavan Jai Raghupati Raghava Patita Pavana. Rama Rama Raja Ram Patita Pavana. O Rama Rama Patita Pavana. Jai Raghupati Raghava Patita Pavana. Siyapati Ramachandra ki. My dear friends, he says, Bhagwan, I didn't recognize you. And so he assumes the form of Krishna. And Jamwan takes out the Samantika gem and he says, my Lord, take this and clear your name. Lord, I will do anything to protect you. How many of us in today's world? We will do anything to protect the name of Dharma. How many of us in today's world will do anything to protect your Dharma and your God? How many of us will do anything to serve your Dharma and to serve God? We are given the opportunity to serve God, and how many of us grasp that opportunity? When someone comes to you in need, help them to the best of your ability. Do it from your heart. You are serving God. Service to humanity is service to God. Serve your God. He says, God, oh Ram, here you go. Krishna takes his Samantika gem and he returns to Gokul. And as he returns to Gokul, Satyarajit is waiting there. Krishna takes the gem and he goes to place it around the neck of Satyarajit. And Satyarajit, he says, wait. He says, my Lord, I surrender to your feet today. I have falsely accused you. I have falsely accused you. I have jumped to a conclusion before asking any question, Lord. Please forgive me. Because of you today, you have retrieved this gem to me. Bhagwan, because of the way I think, because of my actions, O Lord, I don't deserve this gem. Lord, I want you to have it. And he places a gem around the neck of Sri Krishna. He says, Lord, the way I think and the way I acted, there's consequences for my action. And I give this to you, Lord. What the Katha is teaching us, before we speak, we must think. How will it affect others? When we hear something, we like to do what? Run like water in a pipe, right? But have you ever think if the information is correct or wrong? Have you ever think how would it affect the life of others? We don't think about that. We just study. Polandeko say she heard from me first. But when you call she to tell, she will say, don't say you hear from me, eh? I didn't say nothing. We must stop that, my dear friends. The Katha teaches us we must think before we talk. And we must think before we act, how would it affect others? Because when we make these type of decisions, there are consequences for every action that we perform. Satya Rajat giving the Samantika gem to Bhagwan Krishna. Krishna Bhagwan wears it very proudly to teach each and every one of us to stand firm in your dharma, to protect your dharma, and never jump to conclusions. Bhagwan Shri Ganapati, he says, the one who have listened to this katha about Krishna and the Samantika gem is free from the shrap of the moon. He says, and the one who listens to this mantra is free from the shrap of the moon. Tonight, if you may have looked at the moon, I know for sure I have looked at the moon. If you have looked at the moon, let us join in this beautiful mantra together. Om Sri Ganganari Pataye Namaha. Om Namo Siddhi Vinayakaya Namaha. Sarve Karakatre Namah. Sarve Viga Pashyanaya. Sarve Raja Satya Rajit Namam. Vishyani Karna Sarve Jan. Sarve Tri Pushya Kare. Karishanyanya Hringhum Swaha. Gam Ganaripate Namo Namah. Om Sri Mahaganapati Swarupa Pranavana Namaha. Om Sri Mahaganapatika Pranavasu Pujitaya Bijam Namo Namah. Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Sabhi Saganapati Mantra Hotam. Gam Ganaripate Namaha. Ek baar Bure Gajanan Swami ki Jai. Recite Om Gam Ganapati Namah. Om Gam Ganapati. Ek baar Bole Ganesh Bhagwan ki. Lord Ganesha, as he returns to Kailash Parvat, and as the celebration of Ganesh Jayanti, when Ganesh Jayanti is celebrated on the 4th day in a bright fortnight of Bhadrapur, but it isn't celebrated for one day, but it's celebrated for 10 days. It is called the Ganesh Ustav or the Ganesh Festival, which we have learned in one of our kathas. Ganesh Baba tells to the Nandi that the one who is going to take my murti to the Ganga to submerge, upon reaching to the doorway of the mandir, they take the dahi, the rice, place it in a pan leaf, placing it on my forehead. There's a beautiful mantra that is uttered for my presence to remain in the mandir and for me to return next year. Ek baar Bole Gajanan Swami ki, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki. Those who of course would like to witness that ceremony, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. we'll perform that beautiful ceremony as we prepare for Visarjan to Tairiko Bay. This evening, my dear friends and devotees, my wonderful Dhaya Vishalasyan, I'd like to invite him to lead us in a beautiful bhajan at this time whilst we prepare for the upcoming parts of our program this evening. Bore Sri Ganesh Bhagwan ki, Ganapati Baba, Jai Bhagwan, Ganapati Baba, Mangal Murti, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki Jai.
रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा 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 रघुवीरा रघुवीरा रामचंद्र मम बंधु रामचंद्र मम सिंधु रामचंद्र रघुवीरा रामचंद्र रणधीरा रामचंद्र मम बंधु रामचंद्र जय सिंधु रामचंद्र मम बंधु रामचंद्र जय सिंधु रघुवीरा 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 रणधीरा रघुवीरा रघुवीरा रणधीरा रणधीरा रघुवीरा रघुवीरा रणधीरा रणधीरा रामचंद्र मम बंधु रामचंद्र जय सिंधु रामचंद्र मम बंधु रामचंद्र जय सिंधु रघुवीरा 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 रणधीरा रघुवीरा रणधीरा रघुवीरा रणधीरा गणपति बप्पा मोरिया गणपति बप्पा मोरिया गणपति बप्पा मोरिया गणपति बप्पा मोरिया 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 गणपति बप्पा मोरिया गणपति बप्पा मोरिया गणपति बप्पा मोरिया गणपति बप्पा मोरिया।
बुरे श्री गणेश भगवान की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। My dear friends and devotees, this evening our Srota Vege and her wonderful parivar, donating this beautiful image, this beautiful murti of Lord Sri Ganesha, and of course choosing to do this donation of the murti and be an active part in Ganesh Ustav 2022 in memory of her grandfather, who of course is one of the pillars of this mandir. Om Namah Shivaya. In its very initial stage. This evening I would like to invite her uncle Ranjit Singh to the microphone.
Sitaram, everyone. A beautiful session here tonight. I want to pay a special tribute to the Pundit, the Shurtas, the Kirtan group, and all those who assisted in the preparation of this, and most importantly, the devotees who came out here tonight to listen to the teachings of Ganesh Ji. On this occasion of Ganesh Chaturi, I am extremely happy and proud to be part of these proceedings. And I again want to extend a deepest welcome, sincere welcome to each and every one of you who are here in person and in spirit. If you had any doubt that Sanatan Dharma is in trouble in Trinidad and Tobago, this session here tonight would put all such doubts to rest. The organizers of this session here tonight, Gayatri and Shakti, in memory of her grandfather, who I want to say a couple of words of. He, as you all know, was instrumental in this temple. I remember he went to the great beyond about 1 year ago, a few weeks more than 1 year. He, I am sure, is in the abode of Lord Hanuman and Lord Krishna and the various avatars in Sanatan Dharma. But he has gone from us in person, but his spirit still lives on. As Panditji said, he was a foundation member of this temple. He was my Mamu. He was not only my Mamu to the entire village. I remember doing his eulogy, and I said that if his history is written for generations to come, it will be scarce to believe that such a man in blood and flesh walked the spirit of this earth. This session wouldn't have been possible. This session wouldn't have been possible if not for the work of Mamu, Bobot. God bless him for his contribution to Dharma and the contribution to mankind as a whole. On that topic, I just want to also express our condolences and sadness. We have one of our dear cousins passed away in Canada earlier this week. Today was her funeral. We want to say a special prayer for her soul. And to the devotees who are here tonight, I want to say how blessed you are. You must have done something unique in your previous avatar to achieve this blessing, to sit here and listen to the eloquent discourse by Panditji. is something that this is the blessing you receive for the things that you would have done in your life. And for that, I want to thank you all very much, and I am very proud of each and every one of you. It is our hope and prayer that the Lord would continue to bless Gayo and Shakti and the rest of the family, so that they would continue living up to the teachings and practice of Babat, and continue to do this with the help of the Lord every year. I finally want to thank all those who were involved in the preparation of this and making this possible, like the persons responsible for the Bhojan meals, the Parasad, etc. Remember, Bhojan meals have been prepared for each and every one of you. And I always say that if you don't participate and it goes to waste, it will be a sin. And you didn't come here for a sin. So make sure you participate. I finally want to wish each and every one of you a safe journey back to your homes, and may God continue to bless you, shower you with his continued blessings. He will continue to shower Baba with his blessings, so that he will be able to practice and spread the teachings of Sanatan Dharma throughout every length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you all very much. May God bless you. Thanks.
Bodhe Sramapati Mahadev ki jai. I'd like to thank Uncle for that beautiful speech this evening. As before we join in our 108 offerings, followed by our Arti and concluding mantras this evening, I would like to take the opportunity to join in a beautiful bhajan. I know we will be celebrating Pitru Paksh very shortly, but I would like to take the opportunity to dedicate this particular bhajan to, of course, the grandfather of Vege, Mr. Hari Narayan Singh, and a wonderful dad, Kemraj Narayan Singh, who have gone to the great beyond. Today, of course, the Murti was donated in their memory, and of course, Vege would have chosen to perform this puja and worship together with her family members in honoring their loved ones. This evening, I take the opportunity to dedicate this beautiful bhajan in memory of their souls. Om Andidhino Deva Sanka Chakra Gadadara Antrikshay Pundrikaksha Preta Mukshaha Pradho Bhava. May the blessings of Shri Krishna be upon their souls.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Paramananda ka anubhav karato, Paramananda ka anubhav karato, dhanya bana जीवन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा अपचर करे मिलन पापा विराजे जय प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे
करवे अभिवादन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से ऐ मेरी आत्मा अपचल कर प्रभु जय सदा है कृपा हम पे बनाए रखना प्रभु जय सदा है कृपा हम पे बनाए रखना ज्योति दीनों के प्रेम से लोने चलया जनारे परम पिता का प्रेम पत्र बनकर तू सुबह बरसाले ओ किरण किरण को निरखनयन से किरण किरण को निरखनयन से हो जा मन में मगन ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा अपचल करे निरंतर हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम राम नाम सत्य है. May the blessings of Shri Krishna be upon that beautiful soul. At this point, I would like to invite Auntie Gayatri to the microphone, as she would like to, of course, take this opportunity to do a vote of thanks.
Sit down, everyone. I want to thank everyone for all their support. Most of all, I want to thank the members of the temple for putting my dad memorial and remembering him for all he had done. He was such a great devotee. And for the Dharma bringing up of us, I'm so proud of him. And I would like him to live forever in my life. He would always be my heart. Thank you all for all the support.
बुरे सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय. My dear friends and devotees, before we join in our 108 offerings, I know it's already 9 o'clock, but of course tonight being our last night, please bear with us a couple minutes later. I would like to take the opportunity at this point in time to invite Bhai Kishanji to do our vote of thanks this evening. And let me take the opportunity whilst he makes his way to the stage to say a special thank you to Vege, to Auntie Gayatri and the members of her family for, of course, taking the initiative to join with us to donate this beautiful murti and to assist in our Ganesh Ustav Yagna. To the many sponsors and to those who have contributed in whatever way to make this Yagna a great success, May the blessings of Lord Ganesh be with you, your home, and your family. Let me take the opportunity to thank the members of my group, Pandit Dharan, Parveer, my wonderful sister Rekha, Dinesh, dear Raji, and of course Bhai Kishan, for their continued support, not only here, but in all of the yajnas I've been doing. I know it has been a bit hectic for them. We have been doing yajnas since August, night after night. They have been out, and I do appreciate their sacrifices, and I do extend the blessings of Bhagwan to each and every one of them. To all those who have joined with us night after night on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, may the blessings of Shri Krishna be upon each and every one. Night after night, we'll have over 30,000 viewers joining with us, and I extend Lord Ganesha blessings to all of these devotees. This evening, I hand you over to Bhai Kishan.
Sitaram devotees. Sitaram devotees. Much better. On behalf of our spiritual Guruji, our spiritual leader, Guruji Pundit Shivan Harrypersad, Srimati Gurumata Trisha Kisha Harrypersad, the members of the Charleville Shiv Mandir, it gives me great pleasure to stand before you this afternoon. Tonight, our final night of Ganesh Ustav celebrations. Tonight, we sat just like every other night gone by. We listened to Guruji's katha. We listened to his words, his kahanis, his bhajans, his opening prayers, his closing mantras. We offer our prayer, our salutations to Lord Ganapati Baba. Tonight being no different. Tonight, you are given the opportunity to come before Lord Ganapati, offer your prayer. Guruji would have always said, whatever you offer, be it a leaf, be it a flower, be it just a teardrop, once it is offered with love, with faith and devotion, you can rest assured that Lord Ganapati will hear your prayer. No matter how silent your heart is, whisper it in his ear. Guruji also said that Lord Ganapati, his mouth is small, but his ears is big. Tomorrow, members of the Charleville Shiv Mandir, as well as every other temple, will be going to Visurgence. Tonight is your opportunity. Whisper your troubles. Tell Lord Ganapati your troubles tonight and whisper it in his ears. And just as he submerges in the sea, so too will all your problems. On behalf of members of the Charleville Shiv Mandir, on behalf of our spiritual leader, our Guru Mata, we say many thank yous to all of you. Night after night you came, you sat with us, you sang with us. We cannot say thank you enough to all of you for leaving your homes. It is with great pleasure we will always welcome you. And tonight, on behalf of all of us, many, many thank yous. Even though Guruji would have said many thank yous as well. Guruji, as your devotees, we worship you. We have always worshipped you. As well as Guru Mata, we love you. And we thank you for bringing that divinity in our life. We thank you for always being here for us. And of course, we know that you'll continue being here. We'll also like to take this time to remind you that we have our Naratam, our Devi Ustav is coming up very shortly. And of course, for all the information that you require, please stay locked on to Guruji's page, Pundit Shivan Harrypersad Facebook page, and of course TikTok, and you will be given the information. We'll be having our Devi Ustav starting very soon. So again, on behalf of members of the Charleville Shiv Mandir, our Guruji and our Guru Mata, we say many, many thank yous to all of you. Remember, one or little prayer to Ganapati Baba's ears, and all your troubles will be submerged away. Jai Sitaram.
Bureswaramapati Mahadeva ki jai. Let me take the opportunity to say thank you to Bhai Kishan. And of course, I take the opportunity to say a special thank you on behalf of myself and the members of the Mandir to Pandit Madan, who I have met here when I came to the Mandir a couple years ago. And he has always been here very committed to performing our pujas and of course being here with us from time to time, supporting the Mandir, not only performing puja, but whatever he has and whatever he could give to the Mandir, together with his wonderful Dulahin, they are always there willing to assist the Mandir in whatever way possible. This evening, I say, Lord Ganesha, blessings to you, Baba, and thank you for your continued support. And I know we have a lot of work in the Mandir to be done. And of course, Panditji is here with us, and I know we have your support 100%. This evening, I would like you all to give Panditji a lusty round of applause, performing his puja on time, making sure everything is done perfectly. I always say the officiating Pundit is not the Pundit who delivered the discourse. The officiating Pundit is the Pundit who invites the Devatas upon the Bedi and performs the puja. He comes here before me, taking his time to perform puja, making sure that everything is set and ready for when I reach to deliver discourse. I pay my humble pranams to you, Panditji, and may the blessings of Lord Ganesha be with you now and always. To your wonderful Dulahin as well, always accompanying you. May Lord Ganesha richly bless you, Mataji. I know it is because of you, Baba always looks so shiny. You make sure he close, press, good and proper. So, Bhagwan's blessings to you. So, Pandit Darren joining with us night after night. May Ganapati Baba richly bless you. Always there rendering beautiful bhajans and wonderful musical accompaniment. Special blessings to you as well. My dear friends, devotees and bhaktas, I invite you to please sit upright as you join in the 108 offerings of Laddu to Lord Ganesh and the 108 oblations offerings into the holy and sacred fire. Om Ekarantaye Vidmahi Vakratundaye Dhimahi Tando Dhanti Prachodaya. I invite Pandit Darren to lead us in the chanting of the beach mantra.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Swaha. 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 Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Swaha.
Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha.
Om Ekarantaaya Vidmahi Vakratundaaya Dhimahi Tando Danti Prachodayat. Om Gam Ganapate Namah Swaha. Before we join our Purnamahuti offering, at this point in time,
devotees, as we promised earlier on in our devotion, we have another dance. And this time, this one is done by Nikolai of the Nitya Priya Dance Company. So, as customary, please give him a lusty round of applause. Nick and Satyam. Wait. I think we can do better than that. Let's give them a lustier. There is something many of us, well, I know, but many of you here will not be aware of. Nick, come please. Satyam and Nick have been dancing for many years together. They're quite in sync, actually. I've known them pretty much for many years as well. Nick, please. Satyam. These two guys are incredible. Kind-hearted, mouth hot like pepper. Both of them. But I love them. Incredible guys. Nick, for many of you who don't know, his dad was one of the divers in that tragic, very tragic Paria. I'm saying this and my pulse is racing, tears gonna fall, in that Paria incident. Devotees, for Nick and Satyam to stand before you, stand before all of us. And Nick's dad would always support him, no matter where he goes, wherever Satyam is, they're both are. And Nick's dad will always support them in their dancing abilities. and for Nick and Satyam to stand before you this evening to dance for you and I, to dance for Ganapati Baba. No matter how hard it is, no matter how much hurt, no matter how much pain they have in them, that love for dance is always here. Devotees, that deserves a lusty, please give them a lusty round of applause. We love you guys. May Ganapati Baba's blessings always be upon you. Thank you. Guruji.
Bure Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. Karavachai, my dear friends and devotees, we join in the final Purna Mahuti offering as we hold the coconut at this time. I ask Ved and her mom, as you walk around the Bedi 5 times, we chant mantras to Devi Mata, receive the blessings of the divine Devi. Om Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvata Sadike Saranye Trayambike Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Maya Mangar ki seva suno mori dheva At chura tere dhware pare Mangar ki seva suno mori Mangar ki seva suno mori deva At chura tere dhware pare Mangar ki seva suno mori deva. Om ya devi sarva bhuteshu Durga rupena samsita Namastasyai 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 namo namah. Pan supare dvajanariyana Pan supare dvajanariyana Le tere bheet charaya Le tere bheet charaya. Mangar ki seva ho mangar ki seva suno mori deva At chura tere dhware pare Mangar ki seva suno mori deva. Om Shri Purnamidha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudhachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Jayanti Mangarakari Bhadrakari Kapalini Durga Chama Shiva Dhatre Swaha Swadha Namostute. O Bhagwan Sri Ganapati, O Devi Maya, may you accept this offering as you conclude our Vrat, our Katha, as you conclude our devotion for these nights and days. O Bhagwan, may you bless us. If we have made any mistakes knowingly or unknowingly, O Bhagwan, may you please forgive us. We are only human beings, your humble children. We come before you to surrender and receive your blessing. Om Shukram Varadanam Devam Sasi Varadanam Chaturbhujam Prasanta Varanam Nyayuno Sarva Vigano Prate Nama. Om Sarvam Ve Om Sarvam Ve Sarvam Ve Purnagvam Shanti Swaha. Friends and devotees, our Devi Utsav begins on the 26th. And if you all are ready for Devi Utsav, this is the Devi chant. Let me see if you are ready. If you all want me to read, let me know tonight. So I will know the book is right. But I will judge that by the way you all clap and sing, right? Mangar ki seva suno mori Mangar ki seva suno mori deva At chura tere dhware pare Mangar ki seva suno mori deva सुवाचोर तेरे अंग विराज सुवाचोर तेरे अंग विराज केसरी तिलक लगाया केसरी तिलक लगाया काली भवानी अम्बे माँ दुर्गा भवानी शक्ति माँ काली भवानी अम्बे माँ शक्ति भवानी अम्बे माँ काली भवानी अम्बे माँ काली भवानी अम्बे माँ काली भवानी अम्बे. ओम सर्व पापरम दिव्यम गंगे निर्मलम जलम आचमन्यम मयारतम गृहान परमेश्वर. With this all take blessings. ओजसी मोहि देहि बलमसि मोहि देहि धूपम दर्शयामि. We hold the coconut, we pray to Lord Ganesha. Gam 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 ganapati 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 om. Vakratunda mahakaya suryakoti samaprabha nirviganam kuru me deva सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. बोलो गम 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 गजानन स्वामी की. गजाननं भूतगणारि सेवितं कपीत जम्बुफल सारवक्षितं उमासुतं शुकविनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पाद. ओ बोलो गम 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 गणपति गम गम गजानन स्वामी की. गणपतये नमो नमः. श्री सिद्धि विनायक अष्टविनायक. ओ बोलो गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया. ओम गम गणपतये नमो नमः. श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः. अष्टविनायक नमो नमः. गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया. This evening, all those who wish to come forward of our arti, receive the blessings of Ganapati Baba. You can do so at this point in time. Please sanitize your hands and come offer your arti. Those who have brought malas, offerings for Lord Ganesh, at this time you can come forward and Pandit Ji will assist you in these offerings. Om Gam Ganapataye Namo Namah. Shri Siddhi Vinayaka Namo Namah. अष्टविनायक नमो नमः. गणपति बाबा मोरिया. ओम गम गणपतये नमो नमः. श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः. अष्टविनायक नमो नमः. बोलो गणपति बाबा मोरिया. ओम गम गणपतये नमो नमः. श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः. अष्टविनायक नमो नमः. ओ गणपति बाबा मोरिया. मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे. मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे. मोरिया रे ओ बाबा मोरिया रे. मोरिया रे ओ बाबा मोरिया रे. मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे. मोरिया रे ओ बाबा मोरिया रे. गणेश भगवान की, गजानन स्वामी की. ओम गम गणपतये नमो नमः. श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः. अष्टविनायक नमो नमः. ओ गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया. ओम गम गणपतये नमो नमः. श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः. अष्टविनायक नमो नमः. गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया. ओम गम गणपते नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरिया ओम गम गणपते नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरिया ओम गम गणपते नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरिया मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे हो बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे हो बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे हो बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे गणपति बाबा आओ चले हो बाबा आओ चले गणपति बाबा आओ चले हो बाबा आओ चले मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे हो बाबा मोरिया रे गणपति बाबा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया गणपति बाबा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया गणपति बाबा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया मोरिया रे हो बाबा मोरिया रे हो बाबा मोरिया रे ओम गम गणपते नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः ओ गणपति बाबा गणपते नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरिया ओम गम गणपते नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरिया ओम गम गणपते नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरिया ओम गम गणपते नमो नमः श्री सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरिया मोरिया रे हो बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे हो बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया गणपति बाबा मंगल मूर्ति गणपति बाबा गजानन स्वामी की मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे गणपति बाबा आओ चले ओ बाबा आओ चले गणपति बाबा आओ चले ओ बाबा आओ चले मोरिया रे ओ बाबा मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे ओ बाबा मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मंत्राहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं चराडनं यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तरस्मि काहीन वाचा मनसिन्द्रेवा पूर्यात्मना वा प्रकृतिं सुबहुतं करोमि यज्ञ सकलं परस्मै नारायणाय ते समर्पयामि. Om, with love and devotion. Tvameva Mata च पिता त्वमेवा त्वमेवा च सखा त्वमेवा त्वमेव द्रविणं त्वमेवा त्वमेव सर्वम्. ॐ शिव हरे शिव राम सखे प्रभु त्रिविनिताप निवारण हे विभु अजजनेश्वरया भव पाहि मां. शिव हरे वृजयं प्रतिदिनं कुशलं सुजनरञ्जनमण्डलमारिरं प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम् प्रतिदिनं कुशलं. शिव हरे वृजयं कुरु मे वरं प्रतिदिनं कुशलं. हरि गुरु गजरक्षट गोपति शिवतन्दो भव शंकर पाहि. शिव हरे वृजयं कुरु मे वरं. Pandit ji, Gori proud na give people a blessing. Pratidinam kushalam jai mangalam. Pratidinam kushalam jai mangalam. Pratidinam kushalam. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Hari Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. With hands clasped together, turn to the person next to you and say Jai Ganesh. Jai Jai Ganesha, Jai Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Gananatha. Bol Jai 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 Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Gananatha. Lambodar he Vigna Harta, Lambodar he Vigna Harta. Deva ho Deva, Deva ho Deva, Deva ho Deva. Ganapati Devo. Gauri Putra Vigna Harta, Gauri Putra Vigna Harta. Deva ho Deva, Deva ho Deva, Deva ho Deva. Ganapati Jai Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Gananatha. Jai Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Gananatha. Baba Gananatha, Gananatha, Gananatha. बोले श्री गणेश भगवान की, उमापति महादेव की, आज शक्ति दुर्गा माता की, गणपति बाबा मंगल मूर्ति सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय. जय सीताराम. You may have your respectful seats. Arti Parsad Panchamrit will come your way. Bhojan is prepared for each and every one. All is invited to join with us tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. as we prepare to leave for Visarjan to Tairiko, Ganga Sagar. Those who are joining with us, feel free to bring your hardi, your saffron, your sindur, your milk, your dahi, whatever offerings to Lord Ganesh, your coconut, your nariyal pal. Feel free to bring your offerings and of course to join with us in devotion to Lord Sri Ganesha as we grasp that opportunity to terminate our Ganesh Ustav celebrations with the presence of Lord Sri Ganapati and of course with a beautiful Visarjan ceremony. Here's also an invitation to join with us on Sunday evening as we would of course join in an evening of devotion, satsang, as we commence our Pitri Paksh on Saturday. We will join in this beautiful, wonderful offering and katha based on Pitri Paksh. There's so much to learn about Pitri Paksh, so many wonderful lessons for all of us based on our Sanatan Dharma. Feel free to join with us on Sunday evening for a beautiful katha. Also, here's an invitation to join with us on the 26th for our annual Devi Utsav celebrations. Until then, Jai Sitaram.